had figured out that that was a pot that he had cooking on the stove one day when I was over there. He put the head on the table and talked to the head. He let the devil in his life.
man next door would be a murderer. And especially something like this where he cutting up people, this is unbelievable.
Influence was coming up under the door and I thought it was some dead goldfish.
A serial killer. Here's a photo of Bridget and her prom date, Jeffrey Dahmer. Were you shocked when you first found out that Jeffrey Dahmer had these charges against him?
I wasn't shocked at what happened. I was shocked that I knew somebody did something like that.
How is it that your friends fixed you up with him?
My best friend dated his best friend, and they had said more or less Jeff had a crush on me, and he wanted to go to the prom with me. But at that time, I didn't date. I wasn't allowed to date, but it was a school thing, and I kind of got pushed into it by my mother and my girlfriend.
So you had never dated before?
No.
And your first date?
First date.
Jeffrey Dahmer. That's quite a story that you have to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he nice to you that night? Was he in fact sweet on you?
I really couldn't tell you because we never went out after that, but he was a nice guy. A lot of kids at school liked him.
Yeah, and you were one of them.
Yeah, everybody liked him. He didn't bother anybody.
Mm-hmm. So he showed up that night with a carnation in hand or a corsage in hand?
He had a corsage. My mom had to pin it on me. He was too nervous. My mom was afraid he's going to stick me with the pin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of ironic.
Yeah, it is. And so you ended up going to the prom, and what happened at the prom?
We had dinner before the prom, went to the prom. He disappeared. He didn't get enough to eat at dinner, went to McDonald's. They wouldn't let him back in. So finally, they let him back in, just take me home.
Mm-hmm. So he left you
Left me at the prom with my girlfriend's, but I was...
And went to McDonald's.
And went to McDonald's. And he said I saved cheeseburger wrappers to prove it.
He did?
Yeah. He had him in the car because he thought he was going to be mad. Show where he was.
Were you mad?
Not really. I was talking to my girlfriend.
So you didn't care that...
Uh-uh.
But he did come back to take you home again. And you didn't go to an after-prom party or anything?
No.
You went back home?
I was like barely 16. After prom party, my dad would have killed somebody.
Yeah, yeah. So he took you home, and what happened then?
He shook my hand.
Shook your hand at the door and said goodnight?
Yeah. Said he had a nice time.
And
apologized for leaving me like he did.
Yeah. And then he never called again?
I'd been to his house one time, but I can't remember if it was before or after the prom with a couple friends.
And just a few weeks after the prom, he killed his first victim.
Yeah, that's what I found out today. I didn't know what the time span was because I couldn't...
A few weeks? And you had no clue?
No, he looked like he wouldn't hurt a flea.
And just a few weeks later, he murders.
Yeah.
Do you ever think that, my goodness, it could have been me or I could have been in danger?
No.
No.
I don't know.
But it must be, I mean, a bit of a shock to you anyway, to find out.
Yeah, that someone you went to school with turned out to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, not just a killer, but one of the most notorious serial killers of all time.
I don't look at it that way. Everybody says how infamous he is. I just look at him like somebody I knew he had a problem.